Hi, I thought I'd do a little review of something a bit different today, a razor. This isn't truly an unboxing. I've been using this razor probably for 3 years. It's a MERKUR Futur, or Futur. It's a German brand, and Solingen, if I'm saying that correctly, is a district in Germany which is famous for knife making. So like the UK's Sheffield. As I say, I've had this for a good few years. This is the only shaver I use, and it's a non-safety double edge, and to be perfectly honest, I can't praise it enough. This is a revelation to a guy who's previously used Gillette Mark III style product. In the box there's obviously a little catalogue, a sample blade which has obviously been used, and a bit of information about how you use your razor, but I'll explain that to you. We needn't dwell on that. So basically, double-edged razors represent absolutely fantastic value. This is a fairly expensive double-edged razor. I think it cost around about £50 a few years ago. No doubt it's a little bit more now, as is the way with things. But the cost of shaving with Mach 3 style razors is phenomenal. What I would say is that whenever you buy shaving foam or shaving soap online, or any shaving products at all, the vendors tend to throw in some free blades, such as those or these generic ones. And I'm a bit lazy. I don't shave every day. Every few days I shave, but what I've got free so far has kept me going for the years. They're pretty generous with what they give you if you're buying products off them. So for the initial outlay of £50, I've had pretty much free shaving since I got this. And every time I go in Superdrug or something, I see the special offers on Gillette Mach 3. I think it's a pack with the razor and say sort of 15 blades. So it's £25, and it's presented like that's an absolute steal. I think that's really expensive. This is a steal. I can't recommend this highly enough. So just to go over the operation, there's no blade in it at the moment. I'll just pop in a blade. What I would say is that I showed you basically 2 boxes of blades, one being sort of generic, one being branded. Now I know there's people online who will completely disagree with this. There's people who are absolute blade fanatics, but functionally I've not particularly found much difference. They are, as you can imagine, razor sharp. So there's your blade, if you've not seen one before. And to put it in, you just pop off the top, put it over these locating pegs, and they basically snap in here between these little sprung bars. Let's try to do this with a viewfinder. Pop like that, and then you can just see there's a exposed edge there. And people talk about this razor in particular, because you've got different settings, which I'll talk about in a second. I got the impression that when I started to use this, I'd probably lose half of my face. That's not the case. It's very easy to use with a bit of care. I've never seriously cut myself. You do get nicks, but I think I've pretty much managed to get nicks with the Mach 3 product. Anyhow, so to use it, basically you've got, well, obviously you use it like a normal razor, but the special feature here is that you can actually adjust this, which if you can see, actually raises the distance between the exposed blade there and that edge, which allows you to cut a bit more, I don't know, robustly, if you will. You're going to get more contact with the skin. It's more akin to a straight edge, maybe, but it does do a closer shave. Now, what I tend to do, obviously with double-edged razors, you don't just do it in one hit. you can get a much better shave by having several passes. So what I tend to do the first pass, because I haven't shaved for a day or two, so it's a little bit of build up, a bit of stubble. I'll start off on 1, where you probably are hard pressed to do yourself any harm. Then on the next pass, when pretty much everything's been cleared, I go up to 4, exposing a little bit more blade. And then finally, there's always a few little bits like under your nostrils where you can't quite get the angle of the blade in. So then I turn it up to 6 just to catch those last bits. It works well for me. As I say, I've not injured myself. In use, one thing that I'd point out is that there is a potential to get quite a lot of hair stuck in these grooves here, which then basically stops your sort of skin following that contour as closely, because it's basically blocking this channel here. So occasionally you need to take that top off, give it a rinse out of the sink and pop it back on. No big problem at all. The other thing I'd mention is that this bead blasted finish, whilst quite attractive, it does tend to pick up a bit of shaving sort of scum, which is quite hard to clean. I found basically the best thing to do is to give it a scrub with your dish brush, because I thought, well, initially I'll pop it in a ultrasonic cleaner, but that didn't do the job at all. Other things to mention, well, if you look in there, you might be able to see there's nice brass threads in there, which is great for something which is going to be exposed to water, so that's not going to seize up. That's a MERKUR quality. And the only other thing I think I'd mention is the peripherals, shaving foam or shaving soap and shaving brush. And again, compared to a can of foam, these represent absolute stunning value. This came free with some samples. I've desperately wanted to get a new one, treat myself, but this just won't wear out. This has been going longer than the razor. All you've got to do is make sure you shake off the water, leave it standing up somewhere to dry, and pretty much indestructible. So next time I get one of these, I won't get a free one, I'll get something, maybe about 30-40 quid, treat myself, and that might see me out for the rest of my life, going by the performance of that. Shaving soap, this caught my eye. It's a nice sort of rosewood bowl, I think it is, and again this was I think 15 quid. It's certainly less than 20, and it used to be up to the top, but that's been going for years as well. So I just think that double-edged shaving, if you've got time in your day to do it, it's a little luxury which you can afford. In fact, it will help you save money. I can't recommend it highly enough. And these particular products, particularly the MERKUR razor, absolutely fantastic. Okay, well I hope you found that useful. Let me know your thoughts. Tell me I'm wrong about the blades. I'm sure you will. Okay, thank you. Bye bye.